welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. To my beautiful returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you to everybody who has dropped comments, especially all of the new subscribers as well. We're so happy to have you here, so please pull up and get cozy. We're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather around this table. For today's pick a card topic, we're looking at their truest feelings for you at this moment. So how does this person truly feel about you? What have their recent thoughts been about you at this time as well? We have 3 piles to choose from today, and we're using the Disney decks today. So we have pile number 1 here with the greenish leaf, and this is the Villains Tarot, the Disney Villains Tarot. Pile number 2 with the yellow leaf, and this is the Alice in Wonderland Disney Tarot. And the red leaf for pile number 3, and this is the, oh my goodness, the official tarot deck for the Hocus Pocus. There it is, the Hocus Pocus. So we have the Disney Villains, the Alice in Wonderland, and the Hocus Pocus. So 3 piles to choose from today. I'm going to jump into pile number 1, and my timestamps are listed below. Again, today is all about the person on your mind and what are their current thoughts for you at this moment. How do they truly, truly feel for you in this present moment? Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the green leaf. And you are drawn also to the Disney Villains Tarot, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, what are their truest feelings for you at this moment? We already have, oh, we have the Fool coming out here with the King of Swords. I feel like pairing them together. Your person could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and they're really, their thoughts are surrounding a lot of contemplation about sort of backing themselves into a corner through their actions. There's this feeling about feeling foolish or feeling silly about their decisions or their choices in relation to you. And there's this message coming through with Kronk. In this movie, Emperor's New Groove, Kronk was sort of a meathead. You know, he didn't really, he wasn't a very sharp tool in the box, so to speak. So there's this energy about not noticing something that was obvious, or not noticing something about this connection that was obvious. And perhaps even not having the courage to take a leap of faith in the past of this connection too, which is really bothering this person. See the angel and the devil on the shoulders, battling it out. We have the Page of Cups. And there's this message as well about sort of following you around like a puppy dog, perhaps in the past of your connection. And sort of feeling at times that they were being, I don't want to say taken advantage of, but like overlooked a little bit. And they perhaps were just picking up on their own insecurities in that moment, but feeling like they were a little bit overlooked. They do definitely have these feelings of wanting to communicate with you now. So if you're not in communication with this person, they do think about popping up out of the blue, and they wonder how you would receive that, how you would receive their energy. We have the Hanged Man. And there's Ka, I think his name is Ka. And there's this mesmerizing look in his eyes, like he's trying to hypnotize. So there's this aspect about the thoughts of you being very hypnotic, or it sort of puts them into a bit of a trance with their current feelings, because it's like their emotions for you are popping up suddenly now. So again, it doesn't feel like you're in disconnect from this person necessarily, because it feels like their emotions are popping up right now and they want to take action upon you right now, but their logical part of their brain is telling them it's too risky. But they're kind of transfixed by you. It's like they don't know how to escape your clutches, so to speak, with this boa constrictor energy. And here is the beautiful Sun, and here is the 3 of Cups. You could perhaps be friends with this person, pile 1. Maybe this is a friendship and you really want to see where it's going, or maybe you're just hanging out with this person. You want to know, where their feelings are in this present moment. How do they truly, truly feel? Because they do have this desire for more. They do have this desire for more. And here's the Hierophant. They love how confident you seem, but I feel like that's a bit of an act for you. It's like it's a bit of an act of confidence, because I feel like there's not a lot of confidence sometimes, but they don't see that because they just see you in a very special light. This could be a work connection for someone watching. And you might hold a position of authority over this person perhaps, or vice versa. This person is really trying to build up their confidence when it comes to you, pile 1. They really want to reveal something to you, and you distract this person. They're just showing me the shiny energy surrounding the sun. You distract this person, and they really want you to think of them in a really high, sort of in a very high regard. It really matters to them. I feel like sometimes this person in your life could come across as very confusing in their feelings. Like there's this feeling about uncertainty about how they're feeling. And they are, even in this present moment, they consider taking a risk with you. They consider, you know, seizing the opportunity and bringing forward some type of offer. But they're waiting. It's like they're waiting for a perfect moment, trying to build up the courage to execute change in this present moment. But I feel like they're actually executing a plan. I feel like this person is crushing really, really hard on you, pile 1. I feel like they're gazing upon you, they're watching you, you're distracting them. Whether you're in a work environment with them or not, whether this is in disconnect or not, they could be watching you in some type of capacity. I don't get the overarching energy that for the most of the collective or the majority of the collective that this is in disconnect. I feel like you see this person because the pressure that they feel is very real to act. The pressure that they feel is real. It's like they feel like they've outgrown a friendship and they want to move it into something more. But they are procrastinating. There's this feeling about them getting in their own way and procrastinating and allow distractions to keep them a little bit stagnant in their efforts in the present moment. Because here's the 4 of Cups and here's the Moon. They sometimes feel like you don't see them the way that they see you, that you don't notice that they have this crush on you, or that you don't notice them in a real way, and that makes them fearful to create a change here. But they really want to create a change. It's like their intuition is telling them to take a shot or to take a leap of faith, but they're afraid of where that path might lead them in the present moment. How do they truly feel for you at this present moment, please, for pile number 1? You have here, all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, and turning your gaze within. You also have Star Keeper. It says, cosmic ancestors see the light by staying grounded. And you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And I feel like that's what this person is trying to contemplate about whether or not they are someone that is in your radar at all, whether or not you feel the same way at all. And they sometimes convince themselves that they don't have a chance, or that you don't notice them, or it just creates this passive approach when it comes to you. We have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And it's coming in the reversal in the present moment. I don't often read these cards in the reversal, however. And it's really speaking about steps that they may take towards you, pile 1. So this person has intention, but I don't know when they're going to be able to execute that feeling, because they're grounding themselves and they're surrendering to this contemplation of you instead of surrendering to the effort. But they could be heading in the right direction, to be honest with you, because the pressure is mounting for them to say something or act upon you. How do they truly feel, please, for pile number 1 at this time? We have here, emotions are running high, the supermoon. And the pressure, as I said, the pressure is mounting. They need vulnerability to be able to communicate how they feel. And in this moment, they do want to say something. This King of Swords wants to be the leader here, wants to come forward with some type of offer. But it's like they have to gear themselves up, convince themselves that it's a good idea. It says it's time to release negativity. And the back of the deck says a new romantic cycle begins. And this could be the potential of something very real and very big for you, pile 1, if this person does implement the intention that they feel like they want to bring forward towards you. Let's get a couple of message cards here and see what sort of thoughts this person is having regarding their truest feelings, please. 2 boards, pile 1, right at this moment. How does this person feel? I've kept so much of myself hidden. Like I haven't shared how I truly feel with you. but they have this feeling about you. I go home all to myself, Virgo energy. We also have Scorpio, Cancer, Leo energy. I was so unfair to you, the Justice. And there's a loneliness that they feel, like an isolation that they're feeling right now. And again, I do feel like this person's a little bit bored in life, or they're just not feeling a lot of excitement in their present realm right now. There's just, I feel like there's almost a sadness in them. And they're afraid of where this path leads. They're afraid, and I feel like they've been cold to you in the past, or they've given you this impression of coldness. But I would do anything for you. And that's that knight in shining armor. And I'm not ready to share the King of Pentacles, somebody who perhaps gets a little bit jealous in relation to you, but may at times maintain a passive approach. We have I'm a smug son of a bee, but this is like the Nine of Cups, and this is a wish fulfillment card. This is somebody who is crushing on you and who is gazing upon you and hoping for more in this connection. I am ready for a fresh start with you, Pile 1. And even with the Six of Wands as your back of deck, with this Four of Cups supporting this, there is this emphasis on, it's like I'm waiting for the perfect moment to bring forward an offer. They're staring at the Three of Cups, contemplating their position in your life right this moment. I just saw you have probably moved on. I want to see you so badly. And there's no going back now, because they're gearing themselves up for some sort of action. They're still holding on to hope that perhaps you will say yes, or perhaps you won't reject them if they come forward. They want to know what your status is. Are you in love right now? Do they stand a chance with you? I'm just going through the motions of life right now. Sort of like a boredom, like a dull energy that they're feeling. Feeling overlooked in a lot of different areas of their life, which I feel like is why they're afraid to come forward with an offer. Maybe they've been rejected a lot, or maybe just the idea of rejection is a lot on their plate right now. But the attraction that they feel to you is undeniable, Pile 1. Back of the deck says, I've been stuck in a karmic cycle with you. So perhaps this little cat and mouse game has been going on for a little bit longer than this person would feel comfortable admitting. This crush energy. Ooh. We have girl with a snake, empath and narcissistic paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled or boundaries. Feeling a little bit overlooked. But temptation, the girl with the snake, and then we have this snake as your center energy with the hanged man. Sort of being charmed by you or being hypnotized by you. It's almost this feeling of like they would let you get away with murder, you know, because they like you so much. Heartbroken, deeply sad, hurt, grieving, mourning, feeling lost. Oh, and we have the coffee cup. Friendship, wanting to get together, wanting to converse more, feeling uplifted. There was an emphasis on the Three of Cups here. And we also have here mirroring each other and reflections of each other, our wounds and introspection. So this person, maybe they don't even realize that you have the same feelings or you're feeling very similar to them. They are very much interested in bringing forward some type of offer. And I wouldn't be surprised, Pile 1, if that ended up happening at some point in the future. Let's get a charm bowl, please. For pile number 1, the very last thought that this person had about pile 1 in the bowl, please. We have the Death reverse, feeling a little bit stuck, feeling a little bit insecure about what the future holds, but all of this stuck energy is prompting them to act, and they were really thinking about this pressure, this desire towards you, wanting to communicate that, wanting to take a risk, but there's that hanged man in a state of limbo. But until that hanged man takes that leap of faith, we can't get that death energy turned around. But they're feeling the pressure, they're feeling prompted to act towards you, Pile 1. And I do feel like the attraction really is undeniable in this connection. We have S and R and A. We have the letter Z as well. We have a tower falling over, and we do have the heartbroken energy here with the broken heart. It's like a preemptive disappointment. It's this feeling of helplessness. It's like they're already trying to beat vulnerability to the punch. We have the Eiffel Tower falling over. I think of protection and fearing about, there's no going back now if I take action towards you. So please relate that to your situation. We have Our Lady Mary in the bowl, so that could be a significant name, but also motherhood I think of, and protection. The hatchet, I think of the Tree of Life, The bird flying is news on the way for you, pile 1, which is exciting. We also have the triangle. I think of obstacles to overcome. This can sometimes relate to third party, but that doesn't have to relate to your situation. Please take it as it resonates. And here is the surrender reversed. Sometimes this person gets a little bit in their own mindset and they start to get a bit of a victim mentality that sets in, that contributes to the helplessness in their passive approach towards you. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it did, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and that link is below as well. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the yellow leaf, or to the Alice in Wonderland Tarot, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, how do they truly feel about you in this present moment? So let's take a look here at the person on your mind. What are their truest feelings for pile number 2 in the present moment, please? Right this moment. What are their true thoughts and feelings at this time for pile number 2? Ooh, we have temptation with the devil. We also have the 10 of Cups. We have the 5 of Hedgehogs, the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the King of Swords. And we have the 3 of Cups. Interesting, because the 3 of Cups was in that position in pile number 1, so there may be a message waiting there for you. We have the 9 of Swords, and we also have the King of Pentacles here. This person's truest feelings for you, pile number 2, really circulate around fear. Like there's a lot of helplessness and overthinking when it comes to you. It's like worry, some regret in the present moment too. It's like they already fear like they've lost you, or they're fearing loss in general, and they could be fearing loss in general within foundations that they have committed to, because there's an emphasis here on the King of Pentacles, who has built something for himself or has amassed something for himself. But there's something about this temptation here with this fish that's just dangling over the sea. And here's the Knight of Pentacles. They're really concerned about the opportunity and the temptation that you represent ultimately with this Knight of Pentacles reversed. They're trying to make the best decision based on sort of integrity, or the best possible decision that they feel like they should make, by turning their back on the true wave of emotion that they feel for you, because they feel a lot for you, but they feel like it's not realistic. But there's this feeling of like, I feel like I could have had it all with you, or I feel like I could be happy with you, or I feel like we could build a life together that would make us both satisfied with you. But I'm going to have to face the truth of how I'm feeling in another realm, and I don't think I have the courage to do that. They feel like it's sort of a very unfair situation that the two of you find yourselves in. That they feel like it's unfair, that they feel so empowered by this connection, and that they would feel this deep connection with you when they can't seem to have you for reasons of their own or reasons of yours. They can't seem to have you. But it creates an extreme sort of deep thirst. If the King of Pentacles is surrounded by lush energy, this Emperor, you know, is surrounded by a desert. And this person has to pretend like they're not feeling a certain way for you too, because he's acting very stoic, but his cheeks are all red for a reason, because when this person thinks of you, maybe they blush, or when they think of you, there's emotion that gets welled up, and it takes effort for them to hide that emotion. They are protecting something, this connection perhaps, but also something else. King of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And it's almost like they feel like they have to just maintain a friendship with you. Like that's the only appropriate action. It's like, I have to just maintain a friendship with you. But the truth is that their focus is on something so much bigger than that. We have the Tower, however, as your backup deck with the Two of Pentacles. Now, they're juggling something. It could be a family, it could be a career, it could be something practical. They're afraid of foundations. They're afraid of practical losses and what that will look like. They're afraid to look bad, I feel like, as well. This Tower could mean, again, that they're in another connection, or you are, but they want change. Like, they don't know how to create it, but they do want change. They're just afraid they're a little bit too late. They're afraid to create pain. They're afraid to create scarring in their realm or yours. They're afraid to have a sort of a bad reputation. Perhaps they're afraid of a bad reputation as well. There is an emphasis on reunions for some watching too. And there is a very strong Libra presence here, Capricorn. We also have a strong Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Aries. Specifically, we have dealings, relationship with a woman. And Mountain Road, you are on the road to success. And this Mountain Road card reminds me of Temperance because of the winding path up this mountainside. And how there's this feeling about having to find balance within the journey of what I'm investing in. But they do get tempted to step into a new experience with you. It makes them feel vulnerable. But their good advice from a wise person comes from themselves, comes from their sort of inner guidance system. They feel like it's not logical. So they fantasize about the movement. But he's having this big cup of tea, which means that he's sort of resting upon that fantasy. And then we have younger woman, dealing in a relationship with a younger woman, and her hair is in a bun. It's very classy, sort of updo. And then we have this younger woman with two different Princess Leia vibe buns in her hair. And I always think of taboo energy. And we have a two-faced friend, because this is not just friendship. And although they may be calling you a friend to people in their life and to themselves, it truly is not a reflection of the truth. This person likes you a lot more than that. But it's like it doesn't feel appropriate, so they feel like they have to turn their back on the temptation. Even though they feel like the two of you could really, really make a go of it. They feel really connected to you. We have Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love in their truest feelings for you, pal, too. And there's something about finding emotional balance with this connection, like wondering if they could be emotionally fulfilled here. We have here, and there is a little bit of a message about the Divine Masculine looking for some of that mothering energy too, that maybe they eluded them in the past. We have a dream. You are a dream. Something is revealed, insight and breakthrough. So they are dreaming about you, not just losing sleep, but maybe having very vivid, lucid dreams about you as well, because we have Night Wind. It says facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. And that's what this connection brings this person towards. It brings them towards this precipice of truth where they have to face their own truth and face their own fears in relation to how they feel about you. But they're afraid of the cause and effect of that. And they wonder if it's just too late to create the change that they want to see with you. The truth is they have so much desire for you and they're in so much pain. We have the Nine of Swords. The temptation, the pressure here, the attachment that they feel with the devil. But there's also this energy about them feeling greedy. I just heard beware of greed, and they were showing me the walrus from Alice in Wonderland, who ate up all of those little oysters and didn't save any even for his friend. So there's this feeling about greed and being aware of greed. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess, that this connection is hurting. And if it's not them who has the obstacles, but perhaps the Divine Feminine, then they're concerned about that. I'm addicted to you, Capricorn. And you already know that. They feel like you already know how they're feeling. They secretly want to hold you. But they feel like it's like making off with something that maybe doesn't really belong to them in the present moment. How are they truly feeling about pile number 2, please? Right this moment, please. How do they truly feel? This just doesn't feel right. It makes them feel sort of guilty, to be honest. I feel like a guilt coming in. I'm trying to choose what to do. They feel like they've missed so much. We've got a bunch here. The attraction is way more than physical. And to be honest with you, I feel that. I feel like there's more, like obviously there's a lot of desire. Temptation, the devil, multiple times, so much desire. But there is an underlying emotion as well. It's like, I need a break from this. It's very difficult. They're getting frustrated. I get excited when I think about you. But I'm holding myself back. And they feel like they've missed a lot of emotional love, or it's like they feel like they're sacrificing that. And I get so jealous of people who get to spend time with you. Back of the deck says, I want to take a risk with you, pile 2. Wishing that they could take a risk with you in the present moment. How does this person truly feel about pile number 2 at this very moment, please? We have here karmic relationship. So feeling perhaps stuck in a karmic relationship, feeling triggered by this connection, resentment, letting go and loving you, which may be what is required with this Tower energy, but feeling like a chaser in a codependent relationship, and they have a fear of abandonment issue. I feel there is like a mothering energy around this person, like they need mothering, or they feel they want and crave emotional security. Maybe they've never experienced that, and that's sort of what they're chasing. We have sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it with the hammer on the back of that deck. Now this could indicate a work connection. I'm not necessarily feeling that as an overarching theme, but there's definitely the justice energy here. So there could be a work connection here associated with this connection. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. What was the very last thought that this person had about their feelings regarding pile 2, please, in the bowl? Hanged Man. The Knight of Swords. They have so much that they want to say, and they were really thinking and contemplating about what would happen if they did. Like charging in full force, really fantasizing about that. It's like, well, how would this empower me? What would happen? What would your reaction be? And so the Hermit here is in sort of a planning mode, this contemplative mode about what action can I take, what step can I take, and what will be the result. They could be a Virgo. And there's a tendency of overthinking, which I feel like Virgos can sometimes do as well. Oh, we have one stuck to my finger. We have the empty heart with the empowerment. I feel like this person almost uses their connection to you as an escapism. We have the letter R. We also have from. And I always think of, do I know you from somewhere? Somebody who's wearing a mask or pretending like they don't feel a certain way. We have the heart with the stethoscope, though. So blocked heart chakra. Could be a hospital nursing connection. Aquarius energy. We have, especially for the divine masculine here, perhaps. We have I love you, infinity, but the hammer, sabotage, repetitive, working on things. 4-leaf clover, 4, good luck. And Capricorn. I just heard like luck is a lady, and it's like they think that you are their good luck charm. So they may have called you that actually in the past. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading as well, and that link is below. And please come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the red leaf or to the Hocus Pocus Disney Tarot, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, how do they truly feel for you right this moment? Oh, we already have the 3 of Swords. We already have the 3 of Swords coming out here already. With all of these lightning bolts, the 3 of lightning. And this is the Book of Spells, so it's like this energy of putting a spell on someone. Here's the 4 of Wands. The 9 of Swords. The 7 of Pentacles. This person thinks that you may be their twin flame. Like there's a sadness here because of this revelation, or because of this feeling that they have of connection with you. I feel like the way that you feel about this person is very mirrored in this connection, pile 3. This person has felt a certain way about you for almost a permanent amount of time, like a very long time. And here's the 2 of Wands. And here's the 10 of Swords. And the truth is that they feel sort of a little bit obsessed over you, a little bit transfixed by you, a little too focused on you as well, in a very secret sort of way. I feel like this person crushes very, very hard on you. I feel like they watch you in whatever environment they know you in. And if they aren't in connection with you right now, they're watching you online because they're gazing at you. They're fueling this overthinking cycle when it comes to you. Just grab a different deck here. And there's this aspect about fantasizing and flirtation and wanting to sort of flirt with a little bit of disaster perhaps in relation to you too. We have the King of Cups coming out in the same position actually in pile, I believe, too. There's been sort of a very interesting energy of connection between the three piles today. We have the Sun coming out with the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. This person may have met you in school. They may have met you perhaps in a work environment, or just maybe even involved with like a church or something, or maybe involved with the bank. It's just like they've met you in some type of institution, or that's where this crossroads came for them, where all of a sudden you arrived in their life was in this institution of some kind. And it's like instantly they felt a spark. Instantly they felt this like almost a recognition from across the room. And it feels like it kind of killed them a little bit inside, because I feel like this person is, for some reason, thinking that they have to make adjustments in their life in order to have something real with you. And like their attraction to you, their desire to go exploring with you, there's a bit of a competition there for their time. It's like they would have to split their time, or they would have to spread themselves too thin, or cut themselves in half, because they're showing me King Solomon. We have the Six of Pentacles. This person gets nervous when they think about interacting with you in some way. So even if it's in disconnect, they get nervous to think about reaching out to you in some way. But they also, if they see you every day, get nervous talking to you. And the way that you make them feel makes them jump to conclusions about their current investments. Like it makes them maybe want to act a little bit too soon or too recklessly, because you inspire impulsive movement from this person. And if they act upon this impulsive movement, they don't know what the consequences are going to be for them, for you, for other people involved, if there are some. We have the Four of Swords. And there's a bittersweet mentality surrounding the clarity that they feel about this prompt or trigger, thinking that you're this twin flame energy, because they want more, but for some reason they don't feel like they can have it now. Not now in this present moment, unless they redirect. There's a little bit of a hopeless energy that comes in here with the Ten of Swords. And I often say, you know, tarot it shows us emotions that are in movement. Like emotion does not stay constant, and so this motion will change a little bit. But today, in this present moment, they don't know what the solutions could be. They can't see the solutions, or they can't come up with the solutions in the present moment. So their heart is transfixed upon you, but they don't know how to create change without a lot of overthinking and worrying. And so they just sort of give in to the fantasy. They just sort of surrender to the fantasy instead of taking action. Even though taking action might actually give them something more in this connection, allow them to go exploring with you. Whoops. But now the Three of Pentacles fell on the floor in the reversal position. And I just saw Sleepless Nights on one of my cards on the side table. So there's this feeling about maybe creating havoc in a third-party situation, divorces, things of that nature. So, or even creating obstacles and awkwardness in the environment that they know you, especially if it's a work realm or an institution like a church, for instance. But there's the Knight of Wands, and there's the Page of Swords watching you very intently, pile 3. And the Knight of Wands just wants to go forward. He doesn't want to think of these consequences. He just wants you. He just wants to be reckless. He just wants to be impulsive, just like the Knight of Swords, but more fiery. Kind of wrapping up their ego in the attraction that they feel towards you in the present moment. How do I truly feel at this time for you, pile number 3? Arrow, you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. I always think of Cupid's arrow and sort of being shot through the heart, and then I hear that song, You're to Blame. And we started with the Three of Swords. It's like you have influenced this person heavily, like a shot to the heart. We have Boot. They know they have to increase their efforts if they want to achieve any type of goal with you, but they also aren't applying that strength in the future position. They're sort of giving in to what the obstacles are. They're taking a breather when it comes to creating change and just allowing the fantasy, because they're warning themselves of either a problem either now or in the future. So there's this feeling about warning or insecurity or overthinking, anxiety. And we have here money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall, the Boat. I do think about movement and the Six of Swords and transition and the danger associated with it, because I always think of that angler fish from the bottom of the sea with this card. So there's a danger associated with that temptation too. And you should accept valid criticism, the Cup. A feeling of, again, of the warnings. Criticizing their own feelings towards you, or feel like overthinking, bringing themselves to a place of despair, bringing themselves to a place of uncertainty, even because it's being influenced by such a profound desire to just charge in and take action. This horse is rearing up. It wants to gallop forward. We also have here frying pan, though, trouble and accusation. So jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire, and you're on the road to success. I do think of the work realm with this card, so there could have been a long-standing work connection here for someone watching. How do they truly feel for pile number 3, please? We have the Panther, someone who is watching in the background, wanting to strike, but there's so much danger associated with the Panther because you don't know that they're watching you. A little bit obsessive here for you, pile 3, because there's danger, like a moth to a flame, out of the frying pan and into the fire. There's danger associated with this connection or with their desire for you right now. We have the Vulture, feeling like a bit of a scavenger, it's like taking the leftovers. But it also is a symbol of nothing really going to waste, not letting a moments go to waste, watching you a lot, not letting this connection, because there's a lot of lessons that can come out of all of these reflection tools, or all of these epiphanies and feelings. They prompt movement. And this person, because they have sort of contemplated the twin flame energy or the prompts that they felt, this is actually encouraging them to delve deeper into their spiritual world, which is a positive aspect. Let's get some cards here. How are they? Oops. On the floor, we already have, I've been telepathically communicating with you. How do they truly feel right this moment, please, about pile number 3? I've thought about having a family with you. So this energy, I always think about families in place now. So if there's karmic connections, for instance, but they fantasize about what it would be like to live with you, to build a life with you, to have that foundation. I know that we're being spiritually guided because they felt that innate connection. It's like deja vu. I have inner childhood wounds, which affect their ability to jump forward or their ability to face change, major change. It's like their sense of security is a little bit altered, so they don't like change. I'm situating the karmic situation that I am in. So if they are in a karmic relationship, they're precipitating it. They're creating that karmic loop. And even if this is a karmic loop between the two of you, they are also being a little bit passive, especially with their helpless approach, when they maybe should just be giving into the prompt here of this Knight of Wands. They've been focused on money because they're trying to build for themselves, or focused on their practical realm. How do they truly feel, please, at this time? I don't have any right to, but I get so jealous when it comes to you. I pretend I don't care. But I'm addicted to you. Memories of us keep me going. Although I will say that for the majority, I don't feel like this is in disconnect. I feel like this is a current connection here. The last time I saw you, it crushed me. And that could explain maybe the Ten of Swords for someone watching, about why they're feeling so devastated, why they're overthinking now. Maybe they saw you with someone else. I gave you the impression that I did not care, but that was a lie. But I am on the fence about what I should be doing. And the separation is painful. So if there is a separation here, even if it's an emotional separation, they are struggling. They're struggling here with this helpless feeling. But they do seem to be stuck in a very strong karmic loop. Again, whether it be with you or another person, can we try again or can we try at all? You don't see it, but I think that you're perfect is on the back of that deck. How do they truly feel for pile number 3 right this moment, please? The dragonfly says, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapting, changing, and healing. They want movement. Ultimately, the dragonfly symbolizes change that we become hungry for, that we will stop at nothing to create it. And I also get the impression of the dragonfly changing directions very quickly. So they may have to change their approach, change their belief system when it comes to what's possible here. And try to change the karmic loop that they seem to be stuck in that's prohibiting change at this moment. We also have the butterfly. It says relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. And they're talking about having inner childhood wounds as well. So children perhaps might even be a factor right now. And we have Phoenix rising, transformation, growth, changed mindset. And ultimately, I feel like they would love to have an extension, but I don't see a lot of movement in that direction in the future position. But they might be able to shift that mindset and really take the prompt of action seriously and then make major change. What was the last thought that this person had about pile 3, please, in the bowl today? 5 of Swords, conflict. They were conflicted with what to do. They were gazing at you perhaps at the time here, Star of Aquarius, but they don't have the ability to commit, or they know you don't have the ability to commit. And so there's this aspect about, if this is going to blow up in our face, then I have to keep myself protected, and that's why I have to remain passive at this moment. But there's this feeling about, again, nothing going to waste with the star energy. And even the spirit trying to use these prompts to create change in this connection. We have but, we have E and A. We also have the stethoscope, I think of hospital nursing connection, or a blocked heart chakra, somebody who's not expressing themselves. We have the leaf of change, and we also have the high priestess with the curled shell. Capricorn energy, and we have the hanged man sideways. So Jesus on the cross. Now, the hanged man is all about surrender and somebody who isn't giving in to their true feelings, or giving in to the wrong impression. They should be giving into action, but they're giving into this lack mindset with the 10 of Swords and this impossible energy surrounding the connection itself. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.